Hi, this is Jamie Pate, and it is so wonderful to be here with you in this workshop for Citrus Twist Kits. This is for the June 2019 add-on kit. And what I'm going to do is share with you a layout. I've opted for a layout for this workshop because I have something pretty fun in mind. And so you're going to learn a little technique. Most of all, what you're going to learn is an interactive scrapbook page. Okay, with this kit, I have opted to use the Citrus Twist kit. See, what I like to do first, almost anytime I make any project, I like to gather all my supplies first. So I'd encourage you, if you want to play along with this video and this workshop, then here's a couple things from the kit that you can go ahead and gather. So like I said, the Citrus Twist ephemera pack, probably even from this Joyful Day Pink Fresh ephemera. And you know what? Puffy stickers are always a good idea. So I've got those at the ready. Tiny alphabet. It's so adorable in this type font. It's super cute. The Sunny Days die cut alphas, I'll be using those. And you got to have some enamel thrown on your scrapbook page all the time. And how awesome are these foam phrases and icon stickers? I love these. This could be a hoarding issue, but I'm going to use them today for you. For this particular page, I went ahead and printed about 5 photos. I'm not sure exactly which all I'm going to be using yet, but I have those at the ready. And then here's the papers I've opted for. So I have on here on my cutting mat, I have the Magic cut file. And what I did while I was in the software, I just took out the middle part of this cut file because I knew I just wanted to use the wreath and make it part of this page layout. So we're going to get started now. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is back up the floral part of the wreath, and I'm just going to fast forward this and play some music for you while this takes place. Okay, so I've backed up the cut file, obviously, and just kept it all same pattern. I like that stripe. I think I'm going to like that contrast with everything else I have going on with this page. So I believe I'm going to trim down the ledger page to about 8.5 by 11. Then I'm going to use the what's typically called a manufacturer strip to come back in to play on the page. Okay, so what I did is I took that 1-inch strip that I cut off the bottom of this pattern paper and adhered it to the bottom and gave it some distress. It's almost kind of like a ledge, and we'll be tucking some embellishments in here later on. This is where the cut file is basically going to live, and our interactive piece is going to go right here. So we're going to work on that next. All right, I'm going to use a Sunny Days pattern paper for my interactive card. My suggestion to you is try this on a piece of scrap cardstock or pattern paper that you're not going to be using in some other project. It's fairly straightforward, but I just don't want you to make any mistakes on any of the kit paper. So watch how I do this technique, and then you can rewind the video and watch it again and then try it yourself. So what I'm going to do is I need an 8-inch tall piece of pattern paper. So I'm going to cut that first. So I'm cutting this at the 8 inches. I don't need this piece. I'm going to set it aside for now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here at 4 inches. Okay. At 4 inches, I am going to cut a slit down at another 4 inches. So my trimmer here, I have a ruler. You very well may as well, but I have a ruler here. So I'm going to just make a slit to the 4 inches from the top of this pattern paper and stop. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this so that it is at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to cut out a 4-inch square. So I already have 4 inches cut there. So I'm just going to come down here and cut to the next 4 inches, right? Again, you don't need this paper, save it for something else. Now go back over now to 4 inches. I'm going to flip the paper. Okay, so I'm just flipping it over so I can now measure from this side over to 4 inches. I'm going to do the same thing I did on this side. I'm going to cut down to the 4-inch mark and then flip it the 90 degrees so that I am going to take out a 4-inch square right out of this corner right here. This is the part we're going to be playing with to make our interactive piece. Let me show you how to do that next. I like to use my trimmer as a scoreboard. So let's just go back to 4 inches here, and obviously 4 inches is going to line up right here, and we're going to score 4 inches here. Flip your paper over, score 4 inches here. And again, like I said, this should meet up with this piece here. And then we need a score line that will allow this flap to fold over nicely. So you don't have to score this, obviously. I just like the more clean cuts. So let me show you what we got so far. This is actually going to sit on your background paper like this. If I'm looking down, this is how this is going to sit. So I am going to fold this piece over first and score my fold. I'm sorry, fold my fold. Can you fold a fold? And then this is going to flip up this way, and you're going to kind of maybe need to massage your lines. Just make sure everything lines up as straight as possible. This is not brain surgery, so it's not going to have to be perfectly perfect, okay? This is paper, and it's not going to fold always exactly how we hope it's going to. You're going to see some excess over here, and that's fine, because we'll be embellishing these edges. Okay, so we have the book that I folded up. I showed you how to do that previously. I'm going to go ahead and set this in place, even though I have some inserts. I just don't want it moving around. And I'm pretty sure I know it's going to go right here. So if I can get this in place, I'm going to go ahead and trim off these leaves here in such a way that it still looks to be a part of everything, if that makes sense. So I'm going to set this photo. This is bigger than a square, and that's okay too. I really wanted this to be my feature photo. This was a impromptu 9th grade is almost over photo shoot of my daughter. And the thing about adhesive is, I'm sure you've heard this before, just go a little easy on it to start, because you're not always sure where it's going to end up. And sometimes, like you saw me do there, you have to move things around to make sure all the pieces go where they work. Now I knew I wanted to use this okay. I'm just going to rough up the edges a little bit with a little bit of sandpaper. I'm actually going to pop up that okay on the front with a pop dot. Okay, I know I want this to be here on this other side, I think, or do I want it here? Now that I do that, I'll probably end up putting something else there, but I want that sticking out. I told you we're going to have some sticking out elements, so I'm just going to bring that over here so that this punched holes are showing over. Another thing I want to be able to see poking through is this tag. So I need to decide where this tag is going to go, and it's going to go right here. I'm just going to speed this up for the rest of the photos and embellishments. Okay, the answer is solved. I backed it with that polka dot, and I just love how the pink is going to pop all of these pieces in here and in all the pink and contrast beautifully with the mint of the ledger paper. I added in the Life Crafted tiny alphabet down here for a date. And let's just review one more time how these pages look inside and how fun this interactive, oh, we still have a whole panel right here. Don't forget, you can fill that in, all right? That can be just a great element of pattern paper, or throw some photos on there. But there's lots of panels for adding your stories and your pictures. And thank you so much for watching today. It was a blast. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time.